Not everything always works out in the short picture, right? Hey guys, it's Terrie. So great to see you. We're still in the first week of January 2021. There's always an excitement, even when there's a global pandemic. There's always an excitement for newness because it brings us hope. It brings us opportunity, rejuvenation. So, yeah, shit's happened, right? But at the same time, we can give ourselves an opportunity to sort of clear out the past, be in the now moment so that we can create a future, because technically the future and the past don't exist, only the now moment, right? So where are you right now, right? Where's your mind and where's your heart? Right in the now. So, hello everyone. We have our very first relationship reading of 2021. And so this reading is going to go through January 7th to January 21st, but I'm sorry, wow. Keep that in mind, y'all. January 7th through January 21st. So we might be having this energy through that entire time. My intention is for January 7th through January 10th, but please keep in mind as I channel that information that this energy could be residual and last through the 21st of January. So, I always use every bit of information that I get. Yes, 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 yes. So, again, just remember this is timeless. This is a timeless reading. So even though I spew out dates to you, if you're not listening or watching during that time, I don't want you to be angry, upset, fret, none of those things, because you will listen to this and you will hear this message in divine timing that is best for your highest good. And I am for the relationship readings, I only use 2 decks of cards, and I use the Romance Angel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue, and I use the Oracle of E cards by Pam Grout and Collette Baron-Reid. All that information is down below. So when I was connecting with my team and I was asking them what kind of advice, what should the collective, and again, this is a collective reading, so if you want something more personal, more private, you can reach out to me, but it's about us reconnecting to our sincerity. Now, remember, relationships are not just romantic, yes? So relationships are familial. They might be through with colleagues, like parents, sorority and fraternity brothers. I mean, it could even be a relationship with your animals. So just remember, they're not specifically romantic unless I state it. I will say that what's coming through for this weekend is for us, again, to reconnect to our sincerity and vulnerability. A lot of us in 2020 pretty much operated from a survival place because there was so much uncertainty. And if you have responsibilities to other people as a family, like if you are, a head of household, or maybe you are a CEO of a company, it doesn't matter and how you relate to other people. But if you have other people that are depending on you, you had double the stress of uncertainty, because you weren't just dealing with yourself, you were also thinking of other people. So it is time for us to reconnect to our sincerity, to be totally and completely sincere with our heart. Even if that means us being sincere in a way that someone might receive that information as negative, right? It's not necessarily negative, okay? It is sincere. So it's more important with how you come across with whatever information you want to share versus how someone's going to receive it. And if you are on the receiving end of this sensitivity, please also be sensitive and about their sincerity, because they're really trying to be vulnerable. They're trying to be honest, and not everything always works out in the short picture, right? Long term, everything will work out, but that takes time, and we live in a time-space continuum, so that's why sometimes it just takes time to see what the bigger picture is. So if you are receiving negative or bad news from someone, please understand that hopefully, and if you're given the bad news, you guys, you're being sincere and vulnerable about it, okay? Believe it or not, that sincerity and vulnerability, even if it's not the best news that you are relaying or relating, will be connecting, okay? So being sincere is going to really be beneficial. It is going to be beneficial. So just however you speak to somebody, whatever you say to them, just please be sincere about it. Be vulnerable, even though your voice is going to shake and you might cry and you might be delivering bad news. I don't know. It feels heavy-hearted to me. But the reason why it could feel heavy-hearted is because you've been so much thinking about other people and yourself, where now you're like standing in your own truth, where you're just like, I've just got to relay this information. And to me, that's really commendable, because you're being authentic and you're standing in your own truth. So if you're on the receiving end of information that you are not liking, please, please, please be sensitive to the fact that that person is at least trying their best. They're doing their best. And if you are giving information that you're uncomfortable to give, please come from a very sincere and vulnerable place. All right, let me pick some cards here. And again, this doesn't feel specifically platonic. It doesn't feel specifically romantic. It's like human, you know? So that's why it's all relationships. So let me just pick these cards here. I have one more card and then I'll do a reveal. So let's do a reveal. Okay, here we go. We have, you deserve love. You are lovable. And brand spanking now. How perfect is that for this timing, right? So when I look into these and I marry or match, you know, what Spirit has told me, what Team Terrie has told me, look, you know, it's new for you. At least it's new in the now, because you spent like a whole year or a whole time where you've built a new behavior or routine of like worrying so much about other people and yourself, right? If you're in one of those positions where you're not solo. So this is new for you to be sincere. It's new for you to be this vulnerable. It's not something that you normally do. Now, actually, I love this for you, because if you remember at the beginning of the week, the power word was bodacious, right? So for you to be this sincere and to be this vulnerable, for you, that is bodacious, because it's new and you're stepping out of what you normally would do. Now, the thing is like, you deserve love and you are lovable. That's for everybody. Everybody receiving any information this week, or anybody and everybody giving information this week. Every human is lovable. You are enough just by being here. So this weekend, I don't want to say it feels like an alert weekend or like a heads up buttercup kind of weekend, but what it does is it feels like it's an expansion weekend. It's very vulnerable. It's very feely. So just give yourself the space to feel what you feel. Don't bypass this. Don't try and do something else. You've got to first feel it, build the energy up, and then you can go ahead and disperse it and do something else, or redirect it. But you can't bypass this feeling. Like, really be there with the feeling so that you can have the memories, you can have the insight, and then you can like step forward. You can get the guidance from your own intuition as well. So you're not gonna like bullshit your way through this, but it does feel like it's an expansive growth weekend. It's uncomfortable. and just be sincere and vulnerable, and you should be just fine. It is new, it is strange, it's unfamiliar, and yet another uncertain situation that here, like all for 2020, for the majority of 2020, you were worrying about yourself and then someone else or a team or a family or whatever. And now it's like, well, fuck, it's kind of continuing, but I got to do it differently. I have to show up, be bodacious differently from a place of vulnerability and sincerity, and just really hope that someone doesn't, run away from me, or someone doesn't reject me or abandon me, So it is a sensitive weekend. So just hang in there. This too shall pass, but this is part of your growth. This is part of evolution. Look, you are here to help heal humanity. You're here to help up level. This is beautiful. Here's an opportunity for you to really, truly uplift humanity through your own growth and expansion. So I'm really proud of you. I know it's going to be a bit of a challenging weekend, but you're going to be just fine. So stay connected to yourself. Never forget who you are. Stand in your truth. Stay connected to me. Stay connected to your friends and family. And I'll see ya on the flip side.